Hey everyone, how's it going? It is your pal Sal here, and today we're doing it. We're beginning my Christina Aguilera discography journey. So this was obviously brought on for two reasons. I recently just finished doing all of Kelly Clarkson's albums as a discography, and I had such a great time. And in the midst of that, I did a reaction to Christina Aguilera's Bionic because I'd never listened to it before, and it was turning 10 from what I was told, so I was like, I gotta listen to this. And guys, I'm still in love with Bionic. When we get to like the Bionic era again, I'm gonna do a little recap of like my newer thoughts and feelings, but that's not today. Because today we're beginning with Christina Aguilera's very first album. An album where all the singles I'm pretty familiar with. Album tracks, not so much. But this album is Christina Aguilera's first album. It is called Christina Aguilera Self-Titled Debut Album. It was released on August 24th of 1999, and it made its #1 on the Billboard 200, which is great for your debut album. And it spawned technically five singles, and those singles included Genie In A Bottle, which I know, which made it to #1. The second single was What a Girl Wants, which charted at #1. Number 3 was I Turn to You, which I am not familiar with, which charted at #3. And then there's track number 4, Come On Over Baby, All I Need Is You, or All I Want Is You, I forgot, which made it to #1. So she did pretty good for her first album. And like I said, I'm familiar with most of the singles. And also Reflection, which was the first song I believe she recorded, it's what got her name out the door, you know, it was the single for Mulan and all that. It was released as a single too, but not technically with this album, but you get the drift. I'm sure all the Christina Aguilera fans, they know it. So yeah, I just want to say I'm really excited to do this. I just also wanted to make this as a PSA, my Bionic music video, or not Bionic music video, the, oh my god, Not Myself Tonight music video reaction. Some Christina Aguilera fan page posted it on their Twitter, and funny enough, it has more views on Twitter than it does on YouTube, so if you recognize me from the Twitter, hi, welcome to my channel, please subscribe. This is gonna be fun, so I guess, without further ado, we're gonna start with track number 1, Genie In A Bottle, a classic. Oh, yeah. Come on. A century of lonely nights, waiting for someone to release me. So sexual. Oh my. Here we go. Let's go. My body's saying let's go, but my heart is saying no. If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. If you wanna be with me, I can make your wish come true. You gotta make a big impression. You gotta like what you do. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. You gotta rub me the right way, honey. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Coming in. You just but my heart is saying no. If you wanna be with me, I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come on in, let me out. Guys, I had a revelation while listening to this. So it's so interesting to me to think that you know, Bionic, you know, Not Myself Tonight, everyone was like, oh my god, how dare she be so sexual. But it's funny looking at this back in the context, because this song is rather sexual, and I'm gonna get this out of the way here too now. As you see, I have a Britney Spears poster here. I think I have 2. Oh yeah, 2 right here. So I'm gonna be out front right here. I think I'm more of a Britney stan. I think she's more in my area. But it's interesting that this is, because I mean, this and Baby One More Time were the same year, I believe, 1999. So it's interesting because I would consider this much more sexual than Genie In A Bottle. Or no, I mean this much more, the Genie In A Bottle much more sexual than Baby One More Time. There's a lot more innuendo here, like my body's saying let's go, but my heart is saying no, but the body is saying yes. So that's interesting that people would be like, Not Myself Tonight. Granted, Not Myself Tonight's on a whole different planet than this. But, yeah, that's such a good song. A classic 90s hit, and it's crazy to think that it was, you know, released at the end, you know, in the cusp of, like, the new millennium, 2000. which I cannot believe is as long ago as it is. Because now this album in 1998, so it's just celebrated. It's almost 21 years now, or no, 20. No, almost 20. Almost 20. No, almost 21. That's it. Yeah, I love that song. It's like, I think before this, I think out of all the Christina Aguilera songs I knew at the top of my head, I probably could count on two hands. But hopefully we'll fix that by now with everything I know about Bionic. But a classic. So excited to see where we're headed in this album. Track number 2, What a Girl Wants. I know it. What does the girl want? What a girl needs.
Whatever makes me happy sets me free.
Oh, sets you free.
What a girl wants, what a girl needs, whatever keeps me in your arms. Yeah, come on. Oh, baby, just like you can keep me hanging around with the one who always.
Oh, we're building. That. She sounded like Whitney in the backing there. Okay, it sounded like there was a transition about to happen, but so that was What a Girl Wants, and I have to say 2 things. This is not one of my favorite songs off of the singles and what I did know. I never actively seek out this song, but when it plays, I'm like, oh, it's nice, you know, it's got a nice chorus. And I finally saw, just a couple of months ago, the film with Amanda Bynes. It really has nothing to do with this song, but they kind of named it after this song to give it, like, you know, bring people in. The What a Girl Wants starring Amanda Bynes movie. I thought it was okay. But I remember seeing that trailer on some VHS I had, and finally seeing it, and I was like, eh. But yeah, it's a good song. There were some interesting backing vocals where she sounded very much like Whitney. Whitney Houston, I guess, if I needed to say that. And it's funny too, because there's this clip circulating on Facebook right now of Whitney very, very high and very, very skinny, because I know it's this time, because I think Barbara Walters, or no, Diane Sawyer, it's from that Crack is Whack interview, and she's like, the bones, and Whitney's like, I've always been skinny. Crack is whack! I love, oh my god. Rest in peace, Whitney. But that was funny. But anyways, Whitney comes on, she's high, happy, and she tells Christina, she's like, you sang the best version of Run to You I've ever heard, or my favorite, you know, something like that. So it's funny, because, you know, they're both very great artists. But yeah, good song, and I loved the little Whitney-isms in there. Track number 3, I Turn to You, which was a single, and I do not know this one, so maybe I do, but I don't. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's thundering. It's very sunny out, so it's just the song that's thundering. Ooh. This sounds a little like something off of the Believe album from Cher. This digital sound. Ooh. Wait. What is this? Let's... Okay, here we go. I think. Wait.
When I'm lost in the rain.
Oh.
In your eyes I know I'll find the light to light my way.
Okay.
When I'm scared.
Okay.
For a sheet from the storm.
Oh.
For a plan, for a love to keep me safe and home.
Okay. Oh.
When I lose, giving me faith, taking me through the night. For the sheep,
Oh my god.
from the storm, for a love to keep me safe and warm. I turn
To you. Yes. Okay, so a couple of things. This sounds like a song that was, and I hate saying this because I liked it, But it sounds like a leftover from like a Mariah Carey album, or even a Whitney, or even a Celine album. It's not like, this is all territory I've very much heard before. It's very similar to Run to You from Whitney Houston. A little bit, not maybe melodically, but in an idea it kind of is. Nonetheless, I liked it, and it's really interesting to think that, because like at this time Christina was considered like, a little teeny bopper. She was for the kids. Whereas they would never give like young artists like this material like this, or like sounds like this, because they couldn't handle it. So she sounds very mature, and like you would never assume that this was like a little, I think she was like 17 or 18 when she recorded this album, so you would never picture that. So it's sad how we've downgraded over the years in the pop music world. However, I think I've heard better, well, I don't know, because I haven't really heard too much, but I have a feeling there's probably a better ballad on this album, so we'll see. But that was interesting. But just maybe just something I've heard before, so I didn't love it. Track number 4, So Emotional, which I don't believe is a cover of Whitney Houston's So Emotional, but I mean, if it is, I'm happy. But I don't think it is. I think I looked this up before a long time ago, because I saw this on the album and I was like, oh. Okay. The vibrations. Oh, yes. Oh, there's a man now in here. Okay. Whoa. At first I wasn't feeling this one, but then as 2/3 in, I was like, okay, I'm here for it. What a lovely R&B influenced track. Loved the backing vocals, loved everything about it. The way my speaker is like set up, there was like this lovely vibration that was coming across in my room at the moment. Wow. I think I would like also there to be like a more chill mix, like a little less busy of a mix, to get that more R&B flair out, but I like that. I think that could have been a hit on the R&B charts. This almost sounds like something Whitney would have done too. Oh my god. Whoa. Yeah. I like that. Wow. I get so emotional. I like that. I think, oh yeah, that's gonna get a couple of replays. I was feeling that. Track number 5, Come On Over, Baby, All I Want Is You. Come on over, baby. Come on over. Come on over, baby. Okay, it's a party. Oh yeah. Come on over! What can I say? That song is a bop. I wish I could have been, like, aware at the time, because I was alive, but not old enough to realize what a hit, or even be aware of maybe what music was. What a good song. What a fun bop. I obviously knew this one before. But yeah, it's such a good song. I loved every second of listening to it. It was fun. It was a party. That's really all I can say. It's a good song. I love it. Coming over. Track number 6, we have the first song that the world ever heard from Miss Christina Aguilera, and that is Reflection from Mulan, the single version of Reflection. Okay, here we go. And I know this version too. I love soundtrack versions of songs.
Look at me, you may think you see who I really am, but you'll never know me every day. It's as if I play apart. Who is that girl I see, staring straight back at me? When will my reflection show who I am inside? Staring straight back at me. Why is my reflection so I don't know? Pretend that I'm someone else for all time.
What can we say? It's a perfect recording of that song. I always loved how in every version of Disney Mania, they always found some way to put this on there, because it's just so good. I miss when soundtracks used to have well, this is more specific to Disney, but they would have the pop version of their songs. They still kind of do it now. I think Moana, they did do it, but it wasn't it was more poppy, I don't know. It just, the last one we got that had a big sweeping one was, Let It Go, which is such a funny parallel because if you consider, this is how I've always thought about it, there's obviously Christina and Britney, and then when I think about it in a modern terms, what I would think about and similar would be Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato. And Demi Lovato did the Let It Go soundtrack version, so I don't know, just an interesting parallel. But such a good song. It's so good. I've always liked this version. I remember when I was getting into pop music and I found out that there was a pop, because I'm a theater kid. I went to school for musical theater, and when I found out that there was a pop version of this, I was like, I gotta listen to it. Christina Aguilera, and I knew she was an amazing singer, so I was like, perfect. And loved it since day one, so good song. Track number 7, which is called Love for All Seasons. I hope it's something like the Grease 2 song, that's probably not. And also from here on out, we are in uncharted territory. I know absolutely none of these songs. So here we go, Love for All Seasons. Oh, True Blue.
Do what you want, give you everything. I got a love for all seasons.
Got a love for all seasons.
I've been, oh yeah.
Okay, so it's so funny because I would consider the song lyrically so juvenile, but its sound and everything about it just sounds so mature. So it's this weird, these two different ideas are coming at me in my head. I liked it. It wasn't my favorite thing. It sounded kind of like a less good version of So Emotional. But I didn't hate it, but I just think that this shows a little bit of a more lyrically youthful side, and I don't know if I love that. But it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, just something. This one it just isn't my favorite so far. Track number 8, Somebody's Somebody. Okay, it's a ballad. All right.
Wish I had somebody, wish I was somebody's baby.
Oh, okay.
Somebody.
Oh, it's so lush.
Somebody. Watching, love is walking. Someone faithful, someone kind and someone tender me. Somebody to somebody who loves me.
Okay, so that was Somebody, and what's so funny is that before I like listened to this album, I looked at the track and look how long all of them are, and I was like, one of them was 5 minutes and like 5 seconds, and I was like, oh, and I wasn't really paying attention as it was going on, and I was like, this is probably the long song. Like it felt like it went on for so long. It was fine. I don't really necessarily agree with this one lyrically. I don't really care. Well, like maybe she does, but I don't really care to know the idea of being somebody. I'm fine being my own somebody. I'm just saying that right here. So I, again, don't agree with this one lyrically, but it was a very lovely production. The thing that I'm finding though with a lot of these R&B influenced songs is that I kind of wish that they were just stripped back a little more. I'm a little less, not, what's the word I'm looking for? Because I remember it, because Kelly Clarkson used this term. Oh my god, I can't remember it. Not messy, because it's not messy, but stripped back a little bit more, a little less busy. But the production was so lush, and so I don't know, I'm torn, but I think I could have used a little bit of an edit, because at 5 minutes and 5 seconds, I was kind of like, it doesn't really change a whole lot, so it's just me. Track number 9, When You Put Your Hands on Me.
When you put your hands on me.
Okay. Oh, there's like... Wait a minute. Do you guys hear that little... Okay, so at first, like, I was just kind of like, the song's just kind of blending in with everything else, like, I didn't really like it. And then they made the choice to use the auto-tune, which, as we all know, it's not to cover up any bad vocals right here, because it's Christina Aguilera, that's not the issue. But I'm just wondering, I'm like, why did they feel the need to do that? Like, it absolutely does nothing. I mean, it makes it stand out from the rest of the other couple songs I was just listening to, because you're like, whoa, wait, what the F is that? And it's so funny too because this album came out just about a year after Believe, so it's like, I don't know. Interesting choice. Think the auto-tune helped me like it more. I don't know. Without the auto-tune, it's just kind of meh, and with the auto-tune, it's kind of like, oh, okay. But yeah, that was interesting. Track number 10. Blessed. Let's see how blessed she is. Okay.
I know I'm truly blessed for
Aww.
everything you give me. Blessed for all the tenderness you show. Do my best with every breath that's in me. Blessed to make sure you never go. Blessed forever again.
I love this. Oh my god.
Blessed all the tenderness you show. Do my best with every breath that's in me to see you never go.
Oh, it's already over? Oh my god. Guys, I really love that. I know I criticized the one song a little earlier for being corny, but here's my thing. If you go full corny, like Celine Dion corny, then I'm here for it. I love that. I would actually like to hear Celine Dion sing this too, but I really liked that. That was, that was really cute. That would be cute. I imagine in my idea of a concert right now that this is the encore, like, you know, the big ending number, and then this blessed. That was really cute. Aww. I loved that. She's blessed. Oh, Christina, I'm so happy for you. Even though this is like, I'm 20 years late to, I don't know if you're still feeling blessed. I think she is, but Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Track number 11, Love Will Find a Way. Yes, it will. Okay, we're getting another R&B influence. Okay. No, don't end. I was loving this. Okay, guys, so this was the first R&B influenced track that I was like, I don't want anything taken away from this. I loved it. It was a party, and this was the second song since Blessed, and I was like, please don't end. I was feeling this one. I think that this could have been a single. I personally like it better than What a Girl Wants. I love that. I love Will Find a Way. I want you, I need you, whatever it says. I love that. I'll listen to that one again. That was cute. Track number 12, Obvious. So let's see what's very obvious about this track. Oh, is it a ballad? It's a ballad. All right, here we go. All right, serious face for the ballad. That's not my serious face.
Don't know how long I can keep this inside. Isn't it obvious? I can't hide. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Okay, so Obvious was I probably preferred that more to I Turn to You. But it still wasn't my favorite ballad I heard on this album, but I liked it a little more. It was a little more standing out to me more. She sounded great, gorgeous. Yeah, that's really all I could say is I liked it. But again, gorgeous, gorgeous sound. Okay, so if you lived in America, that is where the album ended. However, if you're new to this channel, on here, we talk about bonus tracks because it's not the full album if you don't have all the tracks. So the thing is with this album, though, is that there's like a bunch of different versions of this, and some of them all have bonus tracks, but most of them are just remixes of the songs that are already on here. So I don't really focus on remixes per se, but if it's another song, then yes, then it will be discussed here. So thankfully, the Japanese edition of Christina Aguilera has 2 bonus tracks, I believe the only 2. Songs that are like actual different songs. So we begin with track number 13, We Are a Miracle. Okay.
When they are standing in our way, the chance was so unlikely that we would ever be. Today, just stand watching over us, and every child upon us every day. We're a miracle.
That one honestly sounded very Mariah Carey-esque. And I gotta say, for this being a bonus track, I'm kind of shocked it wasn't included on the album because I think it's better than some of the other album tracks. The production on all these songs is just so gorgeous, and I absolutely loved that song. Yeah, it sounded very much Mariah Carey-esque, but I'm here for it, and it should have been on the album. Track number 14, the final track, we have Don't Make Me Love You. Some of these titles, I'm just kind of like, what the? Wait, play. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay.
Don't make me love you till I'm ready. Don't make me give you more than my kisses. I need you to go so steady. Don't make me love you till I'm ready. Without you so far makes me believe that you're the one for me. But there's still a lot that's on my mind, and I need time before we go further. Mystery, let's wait till we have a little history behind ourselves. Ooh, yeah, it's such a rush. We can live for the moment if we trust. We'll be right here tomorrow. Don't make me love you. Make me give you. I need you to go.
Okay, I liked it, but this sounded like a Britney Spears song. I'm sorry to any Christina Aguilera fans who don't feel that, but I was just like, I think that this should have walked a few doors down to Britney. The moaning and again, interesting that people were very upset about Not Myself Tonight, considering, you know, some of the sexual innuendo in this album. But fine, I get its choice not to go on the album because it doesn't really fit, and I don't necessarily think it belongs to Christina. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. But I get the choice for it to be a bonus track. Alright guys, we did it. We finished Christina Aguilera. So before I give my thoughts, let's see what you guys had to say on Instagram. Mr. Mandarin said beautiful. Laszlom Saras said good stuff. Genie is still a hit even 20 years later. Robert_J_ said her best and most iconic one, and that's a fact. Lindsay Love gave me 3 hearts. Kyle Jordan Keever said love. Ferg Love said iconic, good pop stuff, love what a girl wants and turn to you. Lee Young Sai said one of those albums that make you stop in your tracks and say, who's that girl? 1234 Hello said I love it. Andy Crane 101 said pretty solid debut, but it wasn't her. They tried to make her into a Brit 2.0, but she got out. I'm going to use this as a basis because I would like to say some things here. So I don't necessarily agree with that, but I could see where you could get it from. So this album, on the whole, is good. And it's funny, I watched a video, and the video where I said this from, it's not great, but it's good. I think that it's well done. It's probably one of the more cohesive first studio albums. I would rank it as cohesive as Mariah Carey's debut studio album. But the problem I think is that a lot of the album tracks just didn't really stick out to me. I mean, I really liked Blessed, Love Will Find a Way. I mean, I guess Obvious was fine. Somebody was maybe okay. So Emotional. I liked So Emotional. And I think it still is, it doesn't sound really dated or anything like that. I'm not like, oh, the 90s. So I think it's still a really good piece of work. But I kind of agree, like, pretty solid debut, but it wasn't her. They tried to make her into a Brit 2.0. Again, I don't agree with the Britney thing, because it seems very different from Britney. Because I've listened, I don't think I've listened to all of Britney's albums. Call me a fake fan if you want, I really don't care. But, this doesn't, none of these songs I'm like, ooh, that, there was only one where I was like, hey, and it was the bonus track, so I mean, what are you going to do about that? But, from what I'm told, more of who she is and represents is kind of like the Bionic or even like the Stripped and, you know, the Back to Basics. So I'll be interested to see like where we're headed from here. But I gotta say the whole album's production is great. Probably the best production I've heard on a debut album, like in terms of doing these videos so far. It's cohesive. It all works together. It's not overly long, only 55 minutes with the 14 songs with the, you know, the 2 bonus tracks added in. And it did not feel like a slog to get through. And what's cool is that it reminded me in a sense vocally of Kelly Clarkson's first studio album because it's a little more, like, you hear, like, the hints of the voice coming out, but it's not full on, like, you know, like, I can't do a Christina Aguilera impression, but you know what I mean, like, full out of those type of vocals just yet. The what's the word, over singing, and I'm not using that as a bad term, but you know what I mean. We don't get that quite yet, but it's coming. So yeah, I liked it. It was cool. Again, there were just only a couple songs that were album tracks that I liked, but you know, I listened to it. I'm excited to go on the rest of this journey. I think I'm most excited for Stripped, honestly. Back to Basics I'm a little hesitant about because it's, you know, 2 CDs. It's long. It's long. But I'm excited to go on this journey with you guys. I hope you'll come along with me. We're gonna have I think we're gonna have a lot of fun doing this. So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on Christina Aguilera's debut album? I think it's a pretty solid effort. And just let me know what you think. And as always, do not forget to comment. I love reading what you guys have to say. Even if you think I haven't read it, I read it. Please subscribe and hit the little notifications bell so anytime I upload you'll know, and you'll be like, oh my god, it's Sal, he's here, he's back, and I'll be like, hi. And as always, do not forget to follow me on Instagram. That's how you can get your opinions on here. I read off those comments all come from Instagram. So my Instagram is at Salvador J. Rocha. This will be linked down below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week with it's her second album, and it's all in Spanish. I'm gonna so butcher this, and this is sad too because I'm half Mexican. But Mi Reflejo. Oh god, if it's butchered, I'm so sorry. But you get it. It's the Spanish version of, I think it means my reflection. And if I'm wrong, oh my god, I'm sorry. We'll worry about that next week. But anyways, it was great seeing you guys here today. Have a great day, and go ahead and listen to this album, Christina Aguilera. It's pretty great, and I had a nice time. So see you guys soon.